Here we are, the Penn Museum. Going for a walk. Today, we're going to walk around the Penn Museum. I want to show you some cool things they have. It's a pretty awesome museum. This is the Asian part. All the Bodhivistas, Buddha statues. Bodhivistas? Oh, I used to be a Buddhist. I should know the answer to this. This is from 550. Look at the details. When I see these things, I often wonder about the guy who made it. Because this had to take a while, There's some text on the back. So the cool thing about this museum is I think it's free every Sunday. But if you come during the week, it's like $18. By the way, let's talk about this room. Check out this room. I was in an auditorium earlier. I'll have the clip pop up now. Check out this auditorium. This place is amazing. So I would say it's safe to say that the best ceilings in the city, other than the Philadelphia Museum of Art, are in the Penn Museum. There's a sarcophagus lid. That's a mask they would put on after they were buried. There's another sarcophagus lid. Hieroglyphics. Ramses the Second, and I just went to a lecture for about 45 minutes. The guy tells you about like this hieroglyphics here and here and here. All that says is Ramses. It's kind of like a logo, he would say. That says Ramses. That was pretty neat. It's written, these are written on them over 19 times. And that tail tells you that it was a king. He was supposed to have a snake on the top of his head, and they had Egyptian pharaohs who wore fake beards. Even the women who were pharaohs wore fake beards. There he is. That's a mummy. And the way the mummies are wrapped, the more layers of linen that they had wrapped on a mummy meant how rich that family was. This wasn't a pharaoh. It doesn't look like there's that many layers, but the crazy thing is the toes, right? Because it's hard to remember that you're in a museum looking at something. That was a human being, And these are, when you got buried, they would bury you with these jars full of wine and all kinds of stuff. And your organs, they would put your organs in. How you doing? pretty awesome. It's a child mummy. Old fella. And they would bury him with toys. Those were toys he was buried with. Funny thing, that looks like a you know, it could be a toy car, but it's not. It's a toy, just a, I don't know what it is. There's his little coffin, or sarcophagus. And then they would bury their pets. They would bury their cats. These are, that's a cat mummy. There we go. There you go. Look at this guy. That's a statue of Ramses. If it has a snake on its head, a fake beard, that, my friend, that tells you it's a pharaoh. And this is the section based on Rome. This is an old Roman coffin. A lot of bust. Marble, look at this, marble sculptures. Norse warriors is what this is called. Norse warrior wore that helmet, which protected all the way up there, but not this part. Look at this. It's a bronze shield. 7 BC. Okay. Some more pottery. This is from 600 BC. That's the crazy part, thinking about how old this stuff is. You can come here yourself if you want to take a longer peek at something. This just gives you an idea how big the museum is. This is just the second floor. There's this guy. And we're gonna keep this going. Look at this wall. I mean, not this wall. I think this is called a door. I don't want to get too technical. Check out this door. Look how powerful this door is. Teeny tiny lock. It's the Middle East galleries. This is a footprint from 4,000 years ago. Somebody stepped in the sand and it dried, and now we have a footprint. Oh, that's a spaghetti strainer from, wow. Who knew this spaghetti strainer was over 4,000 years old? These are called wall nails. They're pretty interesting. Look how big they are, and how they have like that little part on that nub to keep that in place. These were decorative wall nails. This was at a base of a king's tomb. This was like at the foot of his tomb. Pretty cool. I would love to know how much like gold that would be worth in today's. Like this thing here is silver. This is all silver. How much could that be worth today? This was a big, I don't want to get too technical. Stele, I think. I don't know what. So this was a big thing, right? And then people came around 2,000 years ago and said, you know, we don't like this big thing, and they broke it all up. And then 2,000 years later, museum people said, hey, let's make that a thing again. So they found parts from all scattered around in like a little section, and they reassembled it, sort of, kind of, with what they had. The Philadelphia Museum of Art has a few things like this too. You know, when I go to museums, I do this thing where I automatically I whisper, and I don't know why I do that. There's no rule. We're in a museum. You can talk, right? This ain't a library. What the hell's wrong with me? Here's something. This is pipes of yesterday. These pipes are from, I guess, the year 0. This is from the year 0, and this is what we use today. Not too different. Not too different. And then this is a map from yesterday. And here's a map from 1400 BC. And then this is, I love that they use the SEPTA map. And this is the SEPTA map from 2017. And they have some cool floor tiles right here. This is a stone mosaic panel from the 15th, 16th century. Wow. And you got this other tile over here. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at the star shape. Huh. This is a what? Oh, it's that's a candlestick. Good Lord, that's a big candle. There's a sarcophagus. Or no, this is a coffin. I think they said this coffin weighed about 200 pounds. And they were called slipper coffins because you would just, I guess, slip the body in. Kind of like you would with a slipper. You put your foot in. Actually, yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. Looks like a big slipper. Look at that. And this is, look at this. There's another Sphinx. This is the Sphinx of King Ramses. That's the guy we saw. Look, there's his name written all over there. There's his name there. Pretty. Oh, they have a thing where you can scan this QR code. I'm going to leave this on the screen for 10 seconds. If somebody wants to scan it, let me know if this works. Okay. Or yeah, I guess you could pause it. Okay, so this is the largest ancient Egyptian Sphinx in the Western Hemisphere and the 4th largest outside of Egypt. It weighs about 13,000 pounds. It's about the weight of a school bus. This vase is from 2,500 years ago, and this vase represents the very first Olympic Games. This is what that vase. But if you look at this, you look at the figures, and in 2004, the United States had a stamp to commemorate the Olympic Games, and that's what the stamp looked like. And well, that's where it came from. That's pretty awesome. That I think this is the highlight for me. I know a lot of people like this thing. That's pretty, I like that. Mexico Central America Gallery. Looks like Easter Island, right? It's a maze god. You ever see that movie Apocalypto? I would say it's with Mel Gibson, but Mel Gibson didn't. I think he's the director and writer. It may be the most violent movie ever made, but it's awesome. So whenever I see this stuff, I automatically think Apocalypto. These are urns. These urns were placed into tombs and may represent rulers, priests, or gods. Zapotec rulers often claim to be divine descendants, wearing masks to impersonate deities in rituals. Boy, I don't even know if what I said made sense. That is the wind god. He doesn't look like he would be the god of wind. Looks like more of a god of stone, right? I would say stone. This is where they would grind. They would use this to grind maize. Maize? No, like you know what they're doing. Here, you want to see what this is? Pause that and take a picture of your TV and let me know more about this. This stuff's awesome. This was an altar. Uh-oh. See, now that makes me think of Apocalypto, where they sacrifice people at the altars. I get my whole, there's another altar. I get my whole, I guess that's not fair to that culture that I just, one movie directed and written by Mel Gibson is what I based my whole thinking of. That's kind of, it's a really good movie though. Oh, look at that. That shows you the power. Uh-oh. Portraits of the ancestors surround the king. Let's see that. Oh, and those are the ancestors that surrounded the king. And there is the king. Uh-oh. There's the whole shebang lit up. Pretty cool. You know what I just realized? I have to get back to my car. My meter is going to run out. But I've been here for about 3 hours walking around, and I was trying to think of what would be the best video. And I was like, just walk around and show you stuff. Well, if you like this video, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, and while you're at it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch is fire. And if you want to help me out, there's a link below in every video to my Patreon. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll sail with you later. Make sure you subscribe, because now the next video I make is, do I have a parking ticket? Uh-oh. Toodles!